What's up, everybody? This is Brian Pfeiffer, SurrealNightlife.com, and today we're going to talk about Omnia Las Vegas bottle service. So, if you've ever been to Las Vegas, you're probably familiar with the Caesars. That's where Omnia is located. If you come to the front main entrance, there's a big valet. It's a big traffic mess typically on a night when Omnia is open, but that'll get you to the club. There's also a valet in the back if you're driving locally and you have a rental car or something. Then you can valet in the back in the of the Caesars as well. There's a valet back there. I think it's called like the north, maybe it's called the West Valet, I don't know. The East Valet is the front one, the main one. Then when you get into the club, you go into the main lobby and you're gonna make a right. You're gonna walk through kind of the whole casino, and then you're gonna basically run right into, you're gonna see a restaurant called Searsucker, and then you're gonna see the big LED that says Omnia. It's right by the sports book, the big sports betting area. So that's where the club is. Now there's basically three main entry points into the club usually. They kind of switch this sometimes, but the right is usually the guest list, and then the left is usually the tickets and the expedited entry. And then right in the center of the ropes, that's the VIP entry. So if you're looking for bottle service in Las Vegas, you're gonna be coming right into the front by the big LED sign that's for the bottle service, okay? And they sometimes switch the guest list and the tickets depending on the night. I don't know the reasoning why they do that, but that's how they do it. So that's the front door setup. Now, as far as like the dress code goes, pretty much a standard for every Las Vegas nightclub. If you're watching any of my videos, then you know that you got to dress kind of nice. It's not as strict as it used to be. They definitely want you to, they encourage you to wear like a collared shirt. A lot of guys wear like, sport coats and maybe even suits. That's, upscale, but you don't have to go that far. You can wear, as a guy, you can wear like a V-neck, a nice, designer type of, V-neck or shirt is usually fine. Gym shoes, I mean, it's kind of like a gray area, what they allow. No Jordans pretty much in any of the nightclubs, especially Omnia. And you can get away with some of the nicer like Yeezys or top end like, van type shoes. Those are usually okay these days. Jeans, you gotta wear nice jeans. You don't have to wear necessarily dress pants, but it's encouraged. You dress the part. If you want to look nice at a high-end club, you gotta dress the part. So that's pretty standard. There's no Jordans, there's no baggy pants, there's no Timberland type things, no jerseys, no sports gear, no like athletic stuff. Of course, no shorts at any of the nightclubs. That's your standard dress code. As far as drink prices go, kind of starts around $12 for a beer, goes on up to about 15 for well drinks, and then in the 15 to 20 range for a standard like Red Bull and Grey Goose type of thing. Pretty much the same at every club in Vegas. That's what you're gonna pay. The music format at Omnia is the main room is typically like a large EDM DJ. They got Calvin Harris. He's only playing 6 times this year in 2020. Tiesto's another one of the big hitters. Zed, Steve Aoki, Martin Garrix. Those are the big hitters. They do have Little John once in a while. I don't think he plays too often at Omnia, but he's part of the Hakkasan Group roster. Those are the main guys that you'll see in the main room. DJ Fergie's kind of like the resident DJ when they don't have a big name. You can always check the SurrealNightlife.com website, link below, and you can go ahead and see the lineup for the weekend that you're coming. You can just search by the date. As far as the other rooms, there's a Heart of Omnia room. That's typically the hip hop room, and then there's a terrace. And in the winter months, sometimes the terrace isn't open, but for the most part, the terrace is open, and they play like a kind of mix of like EDM and tech house and deep house out there. It's a nice vibe, especially when it's warm enough. It's a good party out there. It's actually pretty relaxing. You can go out there and catch the views of the strip, and there's a nice big bar out there. It's usually not so crowded. A lot of times the inside part of Omnia, especially the main room when there's a big artist in there, it just gets so freaking crowded. Like it's like can't even move. It's like a mosh pit trying to get to the bathroom. So it's definitely a club that's designed for bottle service. Okay, you got the big dance floor, and then the outside of the main room is just kind of just a big walkway, and it's just miserable to stand there. You're just getting bumped into constantly. It's just like just a bad setup in my opinion. There's not enough room behind the tables for people to really hang out. So you got a bar on each end of the main room. The hip hop room has a main bar on the back wall, and then just all tables in the middle. There's a bathroom in there too. So the hip hop room is usually pretty easy to move around in. It's not too bad. It's got kind of a big rectangular thing, and then again the terrace is kind of got L-shaped. DJ on one side, the main bar on the other side. It overlooks the strip. It's a pretty nice setup. So as far as like bottle service goes, bottles start at around $650. Go up from there. There's a Generally, a minimum spend you got to spend to get a table, and some, more often than not, to get the better tables, you got to give a little bit of a tip, or they're going to get, maybe put at one of the tables that aren't as desirable. Okay, so generally for the terrace, the tables will start around 1,500, or about 1,000 some nights, on up to about 1,200, maybe even up to 1,500 men on maybe a Calvin night, just to get a table on the terrace. Now, the terrace doesn't have the same DJ as the main room, so it's going to be a different DJ. So if Calvin Harris is in the main room and you get a table on the terrace, you're not going to be able to hear Calvin Harris. You can go downstairs whenever you want and listen to him, but your table's not where he's playing. So just make sure you understand that. The main room has like a balcony, level 2, and the main floor, so you can get a balcony table. Generally, the balconies are going to be the lowest priced ones. They can start as low as $2K on certain nights and then go up to like 3 and then 4. They kind of tier up depending on who the DJ is. And then of course the main level can, depending on the DJ, can start around 2, go to 3, and then 5. It can also, go to start at 5, go to like 7, and then like 10 or even 12,005. Okay, depending if it's like Calvin Harris or Tiesto or Zed or somebody big. So the pricing's kind of depending on the DJ. So you just hit me up and I'll get you a quote. I'll send out a quote for the weekend you're coming, and you'll see the pricing. And again, you might have to tip a little bit for the better locations as far as the tables go. I mean, you got the tables behind the DJ that aren't really as good as tables in my opinion. Some of the balconies are bigger than the others. The terrace, you can definitely tip to get a little better table closer to the DJ, more in the action. There are some crappy tables up there. Same thing with the hip hop room, you can tip to get a little better table there as well. All right, let's talk about just in general bottle service, the way it works. You come in and you have a host like myself, and we'll walk you right past the lines. Usually there's very little, if any, weight. You pretty much just have to get your pockets searched. They check to see if you have any weapons, and they check your ID, and then you're right in. The Omnia system's actually pretty good. I rarely ever have any kind of issues getting in that place. It's probably one of the best ones in Vegas as far as getting people in fairly quickly. Even on big nights, they really have it down to a science. The two door guys there are really good, and obviously I work there every weekend, so they let me right in, so there's no issues there. And again, if you buy bottle service, your entry is included with the, you can have up to maybe like 10 people on like a, $1,500 table. Kind of a rule of thumb in Vegas, for every like 4 people, you got to spend about 1 bottle, which is equivalent to about $650. So if you have 8 people, you're going to figure the lowest you're going to be able to get 8 people in on is about 1,300 men. So somewhere around there. But you can hit me up. There's always adjustments we can make. They're not super strict on the amount of people like the pools at Omnia, so it's pretty, if you have like an extra guy, it's not a big deal. We can make that happen. It's no big deal. So as far as that goes, if you're interested in doing some business with me and you want to work with myself and my company, Surreal Nightlife, there is going to be a link below, and go ahead and just fill out a form. I'll hit you up right away, and we'll get a quote out to you, and hopefully get your Omnia bottle service booked. Talk soon. I'm Brian Pfeiffer. Bye.